Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second match. We're live here from the Dota Cinema stream, and it's time for LGD versus CDEC. Or used to be LGD versus LGD. But now they've gone their separate ways, Winter.
Yeah, things have changed a lot since then.
Reserve time.
So far, who's been doing better? CDEC has 3 wins.
Yes, CDEC is sitting... No, CDEC's 2 and 4. LGD 4 and 3. So LGD doing a bit better.
Yeah, LGD has been doing better, but in a lot of the games that CDEC lost, they had a chance to, like, there were a couple, maybe 1 or 2 games that it felt they could have won the games.
Yeah, it definitely did. With that said, guys, the draft's underway, so we're going to hop into it. And I guess coming into this winter, I would bet on LGD. I feel like they're inconsistent, and they make quite a few mistakes, but just overall, the more clutch team out of the two.
6, maybe 70-30, I guess. LGD definitely has the edge, but personally, I wouldn't count CDEC out.
Yes, I agree.
There were a few moments in the tournaments that they played really well. The game against, they won against, I think, eHome. Yeah, there were a few games that it showed they had the potential there, but they just couldn't carry it in all the games. They weren't able to replicate the success of the game like every single time.
All right, this is a different opener from LGD.
Wow,
they've been going Tidehunter Lion as their first 2, but CDEC banned the Tide, and then they first pick AA, and CDEC take away the Lion. So now they're going to have to do something different. We do see the maybe Shadow Fiend banned out. I guess it was Mikasa playing it yesterday, though.
Yeah, Mikasa was playing it twice, I think.
Yeah, so I guess they have changed up the roles a little bit.
And for CDEC, they open up with the Brewmaster Lion at LGD immediately. This is a very Chinese thing. Brewmaster, I see you pick Brewmaster, I reply with a Bristleback. It's a very...
Yeah, we saw
Chinese
the reverse yesterday. Someone picks Bristle, reply with Brew. That did not work.
Yeah, that did not work.
It did not work at all.
Was that I think it was against Secret. I think Zai was the Bristleback.
Yes. It was... they actually almost lost that game. That was the game they almost lost yesterday.
The Magnus.
Yeah.
The Magnus game, yeah.
And now LGD banning out those harder carries. They removed the maybe Naga. Or is it Mikasa who plays that too now?
I'm not sure though. I think it should...
It's hard to tell with the new roster.
It should be maybe, but with the Brewmaster pickup, maybe was the one mainly playing the Brewmaster. So I am not sure. I can't say it.
We'll see. As for CDEC, they ran the aggressive Juggernaut yesterday. He did a lot in that secret match.
Who is this guy actually? What is his old name?
I'm not sure.
Did they actually? They only changed one person, right?
Well, Mikasa was the coach, and then he became one of the players.
Yeah, I'm gonna see who's this guy because I can't remember his name.
Does he have an alternate name? You're saying?
Yeah, his old name should be able to find out in the team roster section. Let me see who's this guy. Xiao Hong.
Is that him? Is it? I'm not sure if it's the same player.
Maybe. Maybe there was one guy with the Chinese character.
There was 333, right?
Yeah, but 3GG was the one who got removed. He was the one that got removed, and the other one, whatever.
Maybe it's Xiao Hong.
Yeah, I don't know his other name. Maybe I can find it somewhere else. But looking at the draft at this point, CDEC, very standard opening, Brew plus Lion. Lion is getting a lot more favorable as the tournament progresses. Deals with a lot of heroes very well. The last game we saw, good against the Naga, but Naga's banned out this game. But in general, a support that can dish out a lot of damage alone, a lot of disables, and very good scaling into the late game with the Hex.
He does most everything you could ask for. He's a decent zoner now with the better base damage. He's excellent against illusion carries. He's a good ganker. He's got great lockdown, good burst. He doesn't have the best deep push. That seems to be one of his main weaknesses.
10 seconds to pick.
I guess it is Xiao Hong.
Yeah, it's Xiao Hong. So this aggressive guy, Xiao Hong, I think he went by XH, the old nick.
So as I mentioned, his Jug a likely possibility after how well it went yesterday, and they will go for it here.
That game was it a safe lane Jug? Offlane Jug?
Offlane Jug.
Yeah, offlane Jug.
But he got really farmed.
And they had the Brew on the safe lane, offlane Jug and middle Shadow Fiend. Yeah, that was how they lane. And Mikasa, if he's not playing Shadow Fiend, you usually see him on the TA or a slug.
Yeah, I Maybe it could still be the Brew safe lane, I suppose, for maybe.
Oh, Tusk.
LGD. They're going to go for the Tusk.
Another good hero versus the Brew split, the Sigil.
Yes, it goes through
slowing down
Magic Community, yeah.
Slowing down the Brewlings, and obviously the defensive capabilities as well, the Snowball, protecting your team. I mean, it's really good against the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Omni Slash, you just Snowball.
And you can knock them up even through the Blade Fury. Everything is pretty good.
Ancient Apparition Tusk.
The one issue with the Tusk, Tusk though, seems to be if you don't get a lot done early, that this support tends not to offer much later.
Yeah, it's
he doesn't farm well, so you're not gonna just go and get that quick blink.
Yeah, but the thing with the hero is he has to do a lot like Ogre at the start of the game, but at the same time he scales a lot better. He doesn't need items.
Well, he really needs a blink.
Yeah, okay, he needs the blink, but even without the blink, you look at what the hero offers. Sort of fissure spell, like a fissure. The eye shots.
Kinda, like a ghetto fissure.
Kinda like a fissure. Okay, maybe half as effective as a fissure if used appropriately. Snowball, like a disruption, even better than a disruption at certain points of the game. A slow that goes through magic immunity, the Sigil. And a stun that goes through magic immunity, the ultimate, the Walrus Punch. So he technically has a lot to offer, even without the blink.
Yeah, I do like him a lot against Jug, like you said. I think that's really where the Snowball can shine. CDEC go Troll. The Spin Lords are winding up.
The Axe is still here.
Yeah. Axe also not bad against the Brew. Or actually, he's pretty good against the other Spin Lords in general, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And
I don't know if you run Axe and Bristle on the same team.
It doesn't feel like LGD. Yeah, it doesn't feel like LGD will pick the Axe. They are going to go for a Yao hero, maybe.
And what's Sylar going to play? They've been running a lot of Medusa.
And Morphling.
And how much Morphling have they run? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, maybe not as... Yeah, more of the Medusa, actually.
It's a classic Sylar hero, for sure.
What are they going to do here? I see Yao playing one Bristleback game. I think it was yesterday. He played one of the Bristleback games. And yeah, so it's going to be the Medusa again.
It's reminding me of Big God during the qualifier. They would just pick Medusa for Bernie every game. And their entire gameplay was just wait until Bernie gets 6-slotted.
It's fairly different from how Na'Vi plays the Medusa. They would always have Venge and the Ogre with the buffs, Bloodlust and the Aura to actually support the Medusa. LGD, they don't have anything to buff up the Medusa apart from the Tusk at the moment, which will be her permanent bodyguard during the fights with the Snowball.
They are getting some tanks, which you definitely want against Omni Slash and Finger.
And the Troll as well.
And the Troll, that's for sure. I actually think LGD have a lot of good tools versus the CDEC draft.
Yeah, the Stone Gaze and
Sigil, the Bristle, just very tanky and good at kiting. It really could be difficult for CDEC to make this draft work.
Yeah, the last hero probably I feel would be Initiating Hero. Maybe a Centaur for LGD.
For CDEC, they want to support. What's that? Oh, okay, Lich.
Frost Armor?
Yeah, it seems the main reason to get this hero. Just for the Frost Armor and the lanes.
The physical damage. Yeah, they have so much physical damage from the Bristle and the Medusa.
And maybe LGD try to balance it out a bit, get some more magic damage here.
So it will be a Lich Juggernaut lane. Lion plus
classic pub lane, Lich Juggernaut.
Lich Juggernaut, Lion Brewmaster, and Troll will be middle against Medusa.
Who wins that lane? Troll or Medusa?
Medusa, if I'm not mistaken, both of their base damage are pretty even, almost the same. Troll has
Trolls are in melee.
Yeah, melee form, but if you come into melee form, you're gonna take damage from the Mystic Snake.
Oh, LGD go Wind Ranger. Is this our solo mid?
Yeah, this should be the solo. Yeah, solo mid hero.
Yao Wind Ranger. Okay. That is definitely something fresh. I'm curious to see if Yao can hold his edge or hold his own in lane against Maybe, because Maybe is not an easy player to outskill mechanically.
I'm actually figuring out what is the reasoning behind this hero. If you're looking at a fight starter, there's so many more other better initiating heroes. This hero is the specialty of this hero is he has a stun lockdown, wave clear, possibility to transition into a
semi
carry later on. And the other thing that comes to my mind
Only
that
10
could work
seconds.
really well this game is the wind run, because
all the physical
damage. Yeah,
but
the
there
physical
is the
damage.
hex.
Hurry, hurry.
They have a lion.
If you can get it off first, well, it could technically work very well. It could.
Yeah, it's just one of those very high skill cap heroes, and it seems like
Another
lately,
beautiful day in
yeah,
Dodo
the team
Land.
does better when Yao is on something a little bit easier to pull off. I don't know. I've been a Yao. I've been kind of hating on Yao, giving him a hard time.
I don't know about Wind Ranger being easier to pull
No, that's
off.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not. Yesterday they gave him the Void. I mean, not the easiest here to pull off, but it's not that hard to hit a decent chrono. End of the day. Well, let's see if Yao can do it, guys. LGD, the team that comes in this match in a better position. They're 4-3. They had a big bounce back day on day number 2, though. They still looked a little shaky. CDEC, even though they dropped to 2-4, actually had some really impressive games and almost took a gigantic upset win off of Secret. So we unpause now. We introduce LGD. Yeah, Momoya going to be playing the Tusk in July. The Bristle, bringing up the rear, will be Sylar on that Medusa. You've got Faith on the Apparition, and way in the back is Yao on the Wind Ranger. And with that said, CDEC side, you've got Mikasa, the coach. No longer. He'll be on the Juggernaut. Garter, going to be playing your support Lion. Maybe going mid as the Troll. Q on the Lich, and that does leave Aggressive
Xiaohong.
or Xiaohong on the
Little
Brewmaster.
Red Riding Hood.
Is that what it...
Yeah, I remember I told you before what it means.
Really? Little Red Riding Hood. Okay.
Xiaohong is a little red, but in Chinese when you say Little Red Riding Hood, you say Xiaohong Mao. It's one character missing.
Okay. So, they actually have the Ring of Protection on Yao. Is this an aggressive tri-lane? Maybe Sylar going?
Possibly,
again,
and Medusa has
digital
solo mid
force.
items
Yeah.
with the tangles.
I think they put Sylar... You know, Winter, this is actually like the 3rd or 4th time they've done it now. I think LGD has made a conscious choice not to put Yao mid anymore. They keep on picking Sylar
Yes,
mid.
losing the lanes every game.
I think the team has made a decision that Yao's just not winning mid, and they should put Sylar there.
I mean, not winning mid is a thing, you
30
know. It's
seconds
like
to
if you
video
can't
game.
even like at least
30
break even in
seconds.
some of the matches, and he's
Right, he's losing mid.
losing a lot of the even matches as well. So it's difficult for his team. So at this point, looking at the items, it'll be probably a safe lane Wind Ranger, solo mid Medusa, off lane Bristleback. I'm not sure where the supports are gonna go. Probably Tusk roaming around, but here comes the first fight at the bounty room.
Oh, LGD to have Chilling Touch. CDEC, though, have numbers.
time
They've
for
brought in all
fantasy
5.
world avatars
They want to
to
secure
pretend
this
to
bounty
murder
room.
one another.
They'll get it for maybe, but Yao takes the uncontested one bottom. He's quite happy about that.
And looking at the lane, so Mamoya or X, Weapon X, will be roaming with the boots, and he'll be starting at top with the Bristleback. AA will be running all the way to the safe lane to be with Yao.
So dual lanes in the
Yeah, dual lanes versus dual lanes, because enemy has Lich, so CDEC is gonna be doing their dual lanes as well. The Lich is... he took a creep at top, is it? Or middle? Yeah, he took away a creep in middle lane, and he's walking all the way to bottom right now.
This will make life a little bit harder for Sylar, but just the one creep not going to bother him too much.
Yeah, looking at the base damage wise right now. Yeah, 69 when he's in melee form, 54 when he's on range form. So when he's on range form, he's even with the Medusa.
Yeah, both heroes should CS pretty well. They both have good farming nukes. You've got the axes, the Mystic Snake.
Medusa getting bullied. Tro has poor mansion right now.
Yeah, maybe only has the one pool tango though, so he's got to be careful about trading blows. As Sylar also has an extra set of 3.
Yeah, with levels, Medusa will start to regain control of the lane when he has higher points in Mystic Snake, so he can actually stop the Tro from actually spamming so much of his spells.
So in the meantime, what do you think of this dual lane for LGD? They're running just a double melee off lane, but it is a pretty potent killing combo.
Yeah, it has a lot of killing potential when you have Ghoul. I'm not sure if Mamoya will actually get Orb of Venom. I actually talk about Orb of Venom a lot, like on melee cores or melee support heroes like Ogre.
The tanky supports.
Yeah, the tanky supports, like you do a lot with the Orb of Venom, so maybe that would be a consideration for them, but I rarely see the supports of like the Chinese teams that actually go for that item, even they're on the melee tanky heroes. And This is a huge deal for Faith as well at bottom. He doesn't manage to find the sentry while blocking the camp there.
Uh-oh, Q's going to pick up the double damager and has the better base move speed as well. And will chase towards Faith. He gets off an auto attack.
Oh my god,
uh-oh, this could be first blood.
First blood.
Yeah, one more nuke and aggressive. Going to get that first blood. No! It's the Lich who snags it.
Oh my god, he took the first blood.
Should have given it to the Brew, but...
Should have given it to the Little Red Riding Hood. Xiao Hong Mao.
But in good news, they get the first blood.
Oh my god, the sentry is gonna be there to block the camp for another minute or so. This is a huge blow for support like AA.
Very level dependent and not good at farming the jungle, so he needs to pull.
Alright, looking at Mamoya, he's gonna stack the Ancients right now for the Dusa and continue roaming around the map, making sure that he controls the top rune, making sure that the Bristleback is safe. He can even leave the stack for the Bristleback, in fact, if they actually choose to prioritize the Bristleback's farm first before the Medusa.
He's not going to roam back towards top, but this movement is spotted by a Dire Observer Ward. And so far, looking at the overall farm distribution, all the cores farming pretty evenly with the exception of Yao, who is struggling a bit here.
Okay, the Lich, yeah, the Lich.
Yeah, the Lich, as well as just the lack of support in the lane.
Not being able to pull is a huge deal for them. So this lane, I would consider the bottom lane Lich has done.
He's dropped 3 sentry wards, and it's only a sentry. Actually, make it 4.
4 sentry wards.
Faith has dropped
and
4.
It just expired.
They just lost the game.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's a game-losing number of sentry wards to drop. And it's just to deward a sentry, which is already gone.
He didn't do anything in the lane. This is just pretty much the bottom lane over top lane. A dive here.
Getting caught out. They do deploy the healing ward, and they keep it out of range, but it's also out of range of Garter as it's sent to the right. So MOI says, too bad. You're not going to do much here. Mikasa still has a Blade Fury. Do they try and dive on him further? And tries to get a salve up, but they will retreat out.
And top lane, Medusa getting bashed up by maybe the troll chasing him, hunting him down with the boots. Medusa doesn't have boots. Okay, he's gonna stop his pursuit because he sees the Mamoya task coming over to assist his buddy.
You know, the funny thing is Faith probably feels so stupid now because he's just seen the camps respawn.
Yeah.
And so he knows that it was only a sentry blocking it.
You know, he's gonna be really sad. But, you know...
I don't know if I've ever seen a top-tier support player have that much trouble dewarding camp. That is a hard camp to deward, but my goodness.
Shit happens, you forgot. Sometimes, like, the tree... Not everyone uses this sentry ward placement.
Well, now CDEC decide to get aggressive here bottom. They're going to rotate in Q, aggressive, how fitting, and Garter. Oh, looking to take Faith out of the game. He has started to stack the big camp, and they might scout this out soon. Oh, they're going to get eyes on it now. They see the stack.
At least they do not have, like, a strong hero to clear stacks like a Bat or an Axe, at least. But middle lane, it's going to be... Are they going to swing behind him right now? No, they're not going to do so. This support task has been getting stuff done. Stacking, getting a kill at top, making sure the Medusa is safe at all times.
MMY has been getting stuff done constantly for LGD as of late. I honestly, he's been their biggest playmaker.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like on the Lion especially, like heroes like Lion.
To the point that it seems like teams, you know, maybe that's part of why CDEC take it so early, just so that MMY doesn't get his hands on it.
And now MMY is going to try and help out Yao here at bottom lane. Looking at the skill points, he has one safe skill point, so make sure that if he needs win run, he's gonna be able to use it. But was this rotation actually spotted? I think it was though, because like CDEC are suddenly playing really safe. Xiao Hong is going back to the base or aggressive to get himself healed up. Troll with the haste rune will be spotted by the ward here on LGD side. Yeah, there's also a CDEC ward here. It's on top of each other, so both of the teams will be very aware of what's going on at bottom.
Yeah, you actually can't really see it on the mini-map, but there are 2 wards.
It's not on the mini-map, but you have to see it. Move your screen over there, basically.
Still, I think they can even look to steal the stack if they want. He's got level 7 now. Oh, this is pretty big. This is a triple stack, and with the support of Q, he's going to come close to level 6. They'll have Chain Frost online. It's something LGD can't afford to give up for nothing, but at the same time, not sure if they can contest this too easily, and they're bringing in the Brew. He's only level 4, but any reinforcements will be much needed. Maybe now Hasted charging onto Yao, not an easy kill thanks to the wind run, but they just want to secure these neutrals, and Sylar doesn't want to have any of it. He has skilled his ultimate as the Stone Gaze, but maybe diving in deeper on the Yao. He forces out a Wind Rod. Now he's got a back Faith. Oh, that's the one you want to go for, if at all possible. He's very low. They now force out the Stone Gaze. And with the Stone Gaze down, CDEC gonna have an easy time claiming these not Ancients, these neutrals, I should say.
Oh, the power shot got 2. The power shot got 2 of it. So they lost probably only 70% of it. But it's not Ancients though.
And
so
it's also the Medusa not getting them.
Yeah, it's still a huge deal, but Ancients are at least still intact for the Bristleback or the Medusa later on. As you can see here, there's like 3 Ancient stacks here for whoever wants to
go.
Well,
I think if you're CDEC, you go and contest those as well. They're going to know that those Ancients are stacked. This is what LGD are doing every game with the Medusa mid.
They don't have heroes to clear it quickly, but they do have big ultimates to actually use.
Troll. Troll Jug is pretty good at... They don't have AoE, but...
Yeah, it's going to take
still good at farming.
The issue is it's going to take a while if they want to do it.
They also have the Healing Ward, so if they do go for them, it's safe. They're not risking too much.
Yeah.
Trapped out at the top room, but he's fairly healthy. Not an easy kill for that support line.
Yeah, and looking at the farm of the rest of the heroes, Brewmaster 26 CS, not very significant at this point. Wind Ranger at 20, Juggernaut at 32, Bristleback 35, more or less even, and middle lane, the Troll has obviously he stole the stack as well, so he has a lot more CS than the Medusa.
For now, that Troll farming very well. 49 and 11. He's up 400 gold on Sylar. Some of these are neutrals, as you mentioned, Winter. The LGD squad a bit behind in terms of CS, and with that, they're down about 1,000 gold. The experience is the big difference.
The A is
3,000
suffering a lot, and
actually both supports. They're both level 2.
And the Lich
is 6.
The Lich is doing a lot of work on the experience counter. This is what you want to have if you pick a Lich. This is what you want to see happen in the game. This Lich pick has done a lot this game.
And he's doing other stuff too. He helped that one lane earlier we saw. Now
he took away a creep from the middle lane.
He got them the first blood with the Fortunate Rune. Now he's stacking the jungle for maybe. Q, you don't look at Lich as a hero that does much early, but this Lich is.
Yeah, this is just like a perfect example of how you want your if you pick a Lich, this is how you want the game to go.
Yeah, also not too much fighting early. You don't just focus on getting your levels, war of attrition, and now they're really far ahead.
The Troll is just gonna be a huge driving force in this game. They can do Rosh fairly easily with the Juggernaut anytime soon, I would imagine. Mask of Madness is already coming up in a few moments, and yeah, with the Troll ultimate it's just so easy. They don't even have to use much time to do it. And here comes the smoke from CDEC. Lion still level 3. They want to catch the Medusa going for top room.
Oh, they will. Hex to start. Sylar does have the Mana Shield up, but he drops quickly to the Impale, the nukes. Now the Mana Shield essentially gone. He's going to try to stick up and survive. Chain Frost getting lobbed in, but the nice snowball prevents it from bouncing. Big plays by Momoya will keep him alive as In July begins to chase. He leaves the Ancient stack. What a snowball.
Big place. Big place. This is what
we talked about, the possibility of the Tuskar helping to deal with Omni Slash. We didn't get to talk about it dealing with Chain Frost, but my goodness, does it ever.
That was like when you are a carry player, you see a TP, you hope it's a Shadow Demon or a Tuskar, and he was there on point at that time. Right on the money.
This guy is a player, Winter.
Yeah, he has definitely made the biggest play for LGD so far.
Oh, he's had to be honest. The rest of the team has not really pulled their weight, I would say, outside of Sylar.
The Bristleback is actually very farm. He has Vanguard completed.
So I mean more over the past, like...
Oh, okay. Not only in this game.
Yeah, but this game, he is pretty big. Bristle, honestly, all their cores can do a lot, I feel. Like, the Wind Ranger we'll have to see, but certainly the Bristleback, the Medusa. These heroes get tanky, and they deal well with what CDEC throw their way.
Yeah, but there's going to be a point in the game where LGD are not going to be able to do anything when CDEC goes Roshan, so it's going to be affected at middle lane.
So rolling in, and they go into Garter. He gets off the 2 here on Pale. He's going to run to the south. You ain't going that way, my friend. And down he goes, and we see an unusual item pickup. Maybe goes for a Midas on his Troll Warlord. Midas Troll. I'm going to check this because I don't think this has been picked up very often at all.
maybe 1 or 2 games, I would say. I'm not sure, but the reasoning behind it's like obvious. He has such a good start. He's going to be able to get away from this. 5,300 net worth at 12 minutes on your solo mid hero. That's like a massive amount of net worth. Massive. He's just massive.
I'm trying to look it up now. I don't know if there's any recorded Troll Midas games. I might be doing this wrong.
Yeah, I'll, in the meantime, keep watching the game in case anything happens here. Oh, Panda at the moment with the Invis rune. He's gonna try to snipe the courier. He knows the courier just went bottom. Oh, not gonna find it. Courier actually walks the other way, so not gonna be able to snipe the courier with the passive crit.
I think this is the first game that a Midas has been bought on Troll Winter. I might be using that Dota wrong, but
yeah, it wouldn't be surprising. It's very rare that you see this. Like, if you want a farming item, you get a Mask of Death, basically.
Yeah, and you could just go take Rocher.
This is just a level, like a level intensive item.
Obviously, it can still work on Troll. He is somewhat level dependent. You getting the max ultimate is value, so all his skills worth maxing.
And it's just gonna make him a beast into the game. Very high level. Extra attack speed from the Midas, obviously good for the Troll.
Yeah, I mean, does he really need attack speed though? I feel like he needs damage than attack speed.
The hero just basically needs stats to be strong. He doesn't need a true damage item to deal damage. He just needs HP, armor, attack speed, a little of everything to make the hero strong. That's why Skadi is awesome on him.
Sylar is farming reasonably well. He sits at 5k net worth. His Bristleback not far behind, or actually slightly ahead of him in July. Slightly ahead of him. They are burning in 3 heroes bottom, trying to bait in July into this tower. They have the Brew Split. Finger also available. Even the Chain Frost at the ready, but in July just doesn't care. And they're going to show Q here.
Yeah, they know he has a blink, but they're still playing so aggressive. Like, CDEC have to know, like, this Bristleback has got to be having backup behind.
You know, he actually didn't have backup though. They just showed up.
Yeah, they just showed up. Yeah, I know.
But in July was playing like he had backup the whole time.
Playing like backup. You know, someone that
mind games.
Someone that I always see do that is Hobos. He plays like he has backup. Like, it's a thing where sometimes it helps your team get stuff done on the other side of the map.
In July will be Drunken Hazed here. They're still holding the line bottom. They don't want to go on the Bristle. They want to go on someone else, but the Sigil now going to fly high and... Ooh, that's a lot of gold to feed.
Middle lane, middle lane.
100 gold going his way. As meanwhile, maybe a busy tower diving. They force Yao off that bottom lane, and they don't know he's there, but they do see a TP. Maybe feeling more confident to make a jump elsewhere.
Juggernaut is all set to do Roche anytime.
Yeah, Troll Jug. This is and Frost Armor, Drunken Haze if needed. Super easy Roshan lineup. But they have to find the opening, and I will say Winter Faith, he's trying to claw his way back into this game. It's level 7. He at least has the ulti.
He actually has done pretty well. He has 1.3.
Considering how awful that laning stage was, this is the best possible comeback I think he could have had.
Closing in on that Midas as well, I assume. Middle lane.
You know what's going to be funny is if he ends up having a big impact after the way this game began.
Yeah.
He spent boots worth of gold, 400 gold on sentries, and didn't even deward the camp. And he's working his way back into it. Sylar going to siege mid. We don't see CDEC making that rotation. They have the Jug Omni Slash, level 2, Mask of Madness online. He's a fat Jug, but LGD's 5-man is scary. And who do you initiate on here? You really don't want to go on the Bristle or the Dusa.
Wow.
Lich gets the deny.
Wow.
You know, if only you could sacrifice towers, that'd be so OP. Lich needs a buff Winter.
Go play League of Legends. Sacrifice towers.
I guess that would be a really good way to troll in a pub if you're losing. You're mad at your team. Just start rage denying towers. Okay, they're gonna see LGD group top, so they go straight to
Yeah, this is the classic trick. Tier 1 for Radiant and Roshan for Dire.
Guaranteed Roshan. Ice Blast is online. He may lob it here towards the pit, but it's not going to matter. This Roche is so dead.
Yeah, but like their lineup, this is just something that is inevitable at some point of the game. They don't have no choice. They're going to send Maomaya over, but he's not going to be able to do anything.
He's actually the one who's behind him. Only level 4.
No, he's been moving around a lot.
8 to 11 minutes.
I would say, need a couple of more levels if you know, if he actually gets it. But the hero already does a lot with just 4 levels. I don't think he needs the levels that badly at this point. But he's still going to be useful with 4 levels. You know, the sigil and the snowball. I mean, you don't really need more than 1 point in the snowball.
Yeah, it doesn't scale all that well. The sigil definitely needs to be maxed. That spell scales amazingly well.
That is the only spell that's going to be needing the levels, and obviously the ultimate.
So what do you think CDEC do with this Aegis? Do they just farm, or do they try to take some fights?
Yeah, you try to take fights, of course. Enemy has Medusa. Like Medusa, you look at the 10 heroes, Medusa is the biggest carry of all the 10 heroes. So obviously late game, with that being said, Medusa plus the Bristleback would be...
Mask of Madness Troll. Man, this is like a pure farming build. Midas Mask of Madness.
Yeah, sure.
This is your Rice Rocket Troll.
He's gonna be really huge as I was going to mention about LGD having the stronger late game. So you have to do something about it. Either you peak at a faster point, which is you go for items that farm faster, or you take the fight now. And they are already choosing the option. They are going to try to farm to 6 slots faster than on the troll. So you get strong, and Medusa probably has 3 or 4 items at that point, and you try to win the game there.
It's going to be tough to fight into LGD, though. CDEC, do they really try to hold this tower? They will attempt it, and quick Mask of Madness. Omni Slash popped up, but Yao's going to survive. They mech, and now Mikasa with the ulti down. Should be okay if he walks out of here, but not going to be able to take the fight. And now that Omni Slash is down, LGD are more confident to push forward.
They don't even deny the tower.
They're going to continue gooing up Q, chasing him out with the sigil. He barely retreats, but an Ice Blast will follow. It's off the mark. And Q will just watch it fly by.
That was a near miss there. But this tower seems like LGD is going to claim it as well. No Omni Slash.
It just shows you how good their 5-man is already.
Yeah.
Good tanks.
Not to mention, we have to...
Good lockdown.
We have to take note that LGD has mech, CDEC doesn't have a mech.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Something we used to see more out of in terms of the Wind Ranger picks.
The troll. He got spotted.
I mean, is he really going to run into them?
Frost Armor, Troll, Muscle Madness, Yasha, Face.
Uh-oh. They actually do get maybe here with the Ice Shards. No follow-up, but... we haven't seen a Bruce play yet, and he hasn't even tried.
No, yeah.
He's just...
Not even one Bruce play.
They know, like, they can't... Who do they actually go on? No, Ancient Apparition, the one hero they could kill, but Faith is just going to be sitting very far back.
Like we mentioned, the lineup is designed to deal with the Brew. Like, LGD's lineup is basically designed to deal with the Brewmaster.
It's designed to be hard to fight into in general. Like, a very defensive, durable lineup. And if they live through the burst, they then can turn the fight easily.
Yeah, and
because of the nature of the Medusa Bristleback as picks.
And finally, Faith has the Midas right now, so he's gonna be a key factor in...
He's a comeback player, Winter. He's already ahead of that Lich. Well, not in terms of levels, but he's out there in terms of gold.
He's gonna be on par with the Lich, I imagine.
Eyes on aggressive.
Xia Hong.
They're gonna go in with the goo.
Oh, he doesn't have a TP. They have power shot to scout him up.
I don't know if they got to click on him, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
No, they didn't know he doesn't have a TP.
Mikasa sneaks in Invis now. He does have Omni Slash online again. Along with Mask of Madness, they go in with the Brew now. He quickly assassinates Faith. That's a better way to start the fight. Now Yao Siler forced to retreat out a bit. In July, close behind them, the Brew split was used. And they're going to ignore that Bristleback. 2-hero Shackle, though, turns it. Escardo will be brought down nice and quickly. They may lose Yao. He's brought into the snowball. Kept alive. The Chain Frost bouncing to nothing but creeps. Now that split ends, but Yao retreats. Sylar and Injali are going to turn this fight around. Aggressive, and as well as Q, all getting stone gaze and chased down pretty quickly. The Troll charges in, but can he really go onto Sylar and win this fight? He starts getting bashes. Now Shackle onto Mikasa, though. They may be able to turn this against the coach. A blink and a clap from Aggressive. Still Sylar healthy. They're snowballing forward. They want to go on the Brew. He's got a blink at 7. Can they get a range? Earn. They have the shards. The blast coming out, and it looks like Aggressive will be sniped. So too will the Lich. You just can't kill anyone on this LGD draft. They're invincible.
Mama, yeah, again, keeping his body alive when the Chain Force came in.
My goodness, they are tanky.
Dire's bottom tower
And I have to say, Winter, the Troll has 10.5k net worth, and has not been able to do anything with it. Maybe 0, 0, and 0. Help them get Roche. He's at full health, and he can't even walk into heroes that are at half HP or less.
Here comes a Bristol, TPing to defend the middle. This just goes to show, like, look, now you know why the Panda is always so indecisive whether he wants to go. He knows it's going to be
right. I mean, it makes sense. It's just if
terrible.
you're not splitting, then why run Brew?
Yeah, Mikasa.
There's no point.
At least Mikasa's going to steal a double stack here in the Ancient.
It's funny, the one hero who Faith is just such food. Like everyone else is almost invincible, and
yeah, but
then you've got Faith who could be easily killed.
He doesn't need to be anywhere near the fight.
It just sucks.
That
sucks to be Faith this game.
That's the beauty about it. Yeah, but it sucks to be him at the start of the game, but he's gonna be doing a lot as the time progresses with the Midas. Except the Force stuff, whatever he wants to, like E-Blade, anything along those lines would be really good this game.
Well, Sylar now passes completed Eye of Scotty. 23 minutes in. Not that farmed, but it's farmed enough, it feels. That being said, I mean, maybe CDEC just try to out-farm them. Sure, you're not winning 5-man fights against LGD, but perhaps you can just rat Dota and split push them. Juggernaut Troll are pretty good at that.
Yeah, that was already what their itemizations already tell you when they went for Midas, Yasha, Master Madness on the Troll.
The problem though is they haven't been playing that way. I mean, also the other item we haven't mentioned, Mikasa with that Shadow Blade that he loves.
Yeah, this is like split pushing. You don't want to take like direct flights. You get a pick off here, you get a pick off there. You have like another escape mechanism. And here comes the 5-man again, like classic LGD, taking the fight to you. And see that after losing that big fight at bottom, this is not a fight they want to take.
Hey, LGD may have been running the same strategy every game so far, but as long as it works, why not continue?
Shackle
coming through, it's gonna connect on 2. Yeah, the big play. Q now uppercutted into submission. Aggressive gets chain stun. He will get off the split, but they've got Crimson Guard. Faith, the one here who probably dies here. He'll get impaled, focus fired, and eventually brought down, but oh yeah, your Brew split, how about that? We've got a Sigil flying high, July literally invulnerable. The rest of the team not taking any kind of damage. With the Brew split down, it's only a tier 1 claim now by the Juggernaut.
Top lane.
And now top. Maybe trying to rat. He gets the tier 2. Is it denied? No. Can't get it off. Now the chase onto Yao. CDEC are ratting well. And in the end, it's a Lich and an H Apparition exchanging lives, but with the Brew split also falling.
And one tower apiece, yeah? Top lane was CDEC's tower, and middle lane was LGD's tower. But CDEC had to use the split, like you mentioned, so LGD would come off victorious.
That is the one issue with LGD, though. They are very immobile.
True.
So perhaps CDEC can just outmaneuver them with these super fast spin lords.
Maybe they can actually build into more mobile items on the Wind Ranger. Get a blink. Like, they are not going to make the Wind Ranger a carry like what we see some players do. Except the Maelstrom blink. But this game, he's going to go for like mech 4-stuff, utility items, bottom lane. Stone Gate's gonna go off. Not gonna get a kill, but he's gonna try. He's gonna make sure he gets out of that fight. And here comes the troll.
Maybe comes racing into the mid lane. He's gonna start hitting this tower from distance. Now Aggressive joining him, and they're not alone. They're breeding the Lich. Q wants to get a ward down, and he will. And that tower just gets hacked to bits.
Yeah, without the Medusa ulti, they are not feeling comfortable taking a fight.
LGD could get out-farmed very heavily here, though. Their cores, their first 2 carries are about... Actually, including all 3 cores, they're about 6k gold down already.
Yeah, this is like... The fact that CDEC are just using the map better. Like, with the farming items, the movement speed built on the Troll, Juggernaut as well with the Master Madness Yasha. Like, they just farm and move around the map way quicker than you. This is just the way the itemization changes the game.
And sure, they're worse at fighting right now. If like you can't really tank in the fight when you pop Mask of Madness Control, but you're not planning to.
Yeah, and LGD can't really end the game quick as well. So the game goes on longer. You farm better on the map. You gain more economical advantage.
And then eventually you can replace those items. You get rid of the Mask of Madness, you get something like a Butterfly, and then you can take the head-on fight with LGD.
Yeah, I just feel LGD, they need a blink on Yao very, very badly so he can start the fight and force 5 mans, but at this point they are just going to try and force the high ground.
Backstab is coming though. Shadowblade Mikasa swinging around. Where's that Omni Slash? Goes on to MMY. Wants to auto attack him now, but he is going to need to use the slashes. Unfortunately, they're not really cooperating. Bouncing mostly towards Sylar's. Maybe also attempts to engage with Crimson Guard up. LGD are tanky. They've kept everyone alive. The Chain Frost bouncing mostly to Sylar again. Now back to in July. These ultimates are just not getting anything done for CDEC. Finally, they'll kill the H Apparition. Garter may pay here, though, as the Shackle connects onto again the plays by Yao. Aggressive blinking forward. Can even finish him off. Yao's going to have a win run soon. He's got a force death. A 2 for 2 thus far. Maybe forced to TP out. He will make it out. Only the support's dying, but the Shackle comes in again. It's aggressive and on the run, in a bit of trouble.
Dire's middle tower taking
This
damage.
is basically every ult being popped, except
And-
for the Ice Blast.
And I
which-
want to say, Yao is redeeming himself this game. He landed so
Dire's
many
middle
big
tower
2-man
is being
shackles in the last 2 fights.
They actually just can't even touch in July or Sylar. They
can't,
barely
no.
tickle these heroes.
They can't. They really can't. They tried to kill the Tusk at the start of the fight, but unfortunately he got force stuff out of the way and the Omni Slash wasn't bouncing as they wanted it to. So
At the same time, though, I feel LGD lack damage. Like, they damage slash the ability to lock someone down so they can kill
over
them.
time, I would say, is something they have.
Right, but CDEC can just run away. And they can't, like, kill heroes quickly.
Roshan is up though. They need to secure the Roshan if they want to go advance into the high ground the next time. Yeah, they're going to go for it right now. LGD going to claim this Roshan without the Bruce Blade. Off cooldown for another 25 seconds. No Omni Slash as well, another 10 seconds. This fight is not something that CDEC want to take anymore after that.
I don't know about that, Winter. Here we go. Scotty picked up, maybe. He's just going to charge right towards that pit. He is pretty tanky.
It's very risky though because they can't actually win a direct 5v5 fight. That's what I'm worried about for them.
Yeah, I think they're hoping that LGD just gets scared and don't want to go. Maybe they find a pick-off as well.
Yeah, but
Coach is looking for one.
LGD is just being really safe right now. They just back off, continue pushing out their lanes, and the Panda is actually, even, this is surprising for me, he is having a hard time doing stuff with his ultimate, but yet he's still going to get the Axe Scepter.
Yeah, it really feels like, I don't know, whether it's a Midas or just an AC, like something bigger would have been
Actually,
the better
I
choice.
like the Midas suggestion.
I think if you get triple Midas, CDEC might actually be able to take this late. Even though they're up against Medusa. Here comes the Bruce split though. Into the pit he goes. In July still has the Crimson Guard, and he will pop it before getting Cyclone up in the air. Nicely done. They lose their Tusk off the bat. The Stone Gaze was deployed, and yet nobody really dying during the Stone Gaze. Omni Slash still in line. This fight looking better and better for CDEC as it goes on. Sylar now hexed, being focused, impaled as well. The Ice Blast comes through though. It's a big one. Connection by Faith on 3-4 heroes. But Mikasa and Omni Slashes onwards, and they're taking a lot of damage from it. In July heads to the left. He will clobber down one. Power shot coming through. They haven't lost any cores though, and now the Bash Lords begin to work their magic. Yao on the run. Faith on the run. Faith almost dead for sure. He'll be slowed down by the Drunken Haze. Plinked down to death by maybe. As Yao TP's out, Mikasa ushers him away, and now they'll back off to take this Roshan.
Alright, so CDEC finally wins the team fight because they managed to do what they want. They took out the task at the start of the fight. That was the most crucial part, so he couldn't snowball, get anyone out of safety, use that annoying ultimate of his that goes through magic immunity. So he did nothing apart from dropping his Sigil.
And then they also just got caught in the middle of the river against Omni Slash. That was a near perfect one.
Yeah, I mean, if the Tusk wasn't caught in the first place, that could have turned out very bad for them.
Yeah, the Omni Slash has largely been wasted because of that Tusk, up until now. But things changed. The ridiculous attack speed on these heroes will allow them to secure a tier 2 bottom. They have to be near the attack speed cap, I would imagine.
700%. 7 attack per second.
180 attack speed plus, what is this? Another 100, that's 280. And then you have 310.
And you have to favor the passive from Troll.
Yeah, 310 plus another.
He's got to be close to...
I think he might be at the cap, honestly. Yeah. When you factor in all the agility as well.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. So...
Although they did raise it in the latest patch, right?
Yeah, 700.
700, yeah.
See that after winning the fight, claiming Aegis, but it's still not going to be easy for them to breach high ground, because high ground is the point where it's going to be difficult for you to find a tusk first. He's going to be hiding really far behind.
I feel like they should just continue starving LGD.
Yeah, probably a better option here. They don't really need to go high ground with the Aegis here. It's just about stopping LGD from getting the Aegis, and LGD is the ones that wants the Aegis to go your high ground. You are just getting it so that they can't come your high ground and use the Aegis to farm the map.
CDEC are attempting to take over that woods, as mentioned. They still have this nice observer ward that was planted down earlier. One in the mid lane as well, farming the Radiant Woods. And the thing for LGD is they're just very slow to get out on the map. They will clear out some Ancients here for July, but the item progression has really slowed down on these cores. No big, beefy late game items picked up yet. You've got your mid-game utility, Crimson Guard and SNY in July. The Deuce is still Sylar yet to pick up that big damage item. And they're starting to feel very light in that department. Uh-oh, top lane, Yao in a bit of danger here. He is going to windrun and TP out, and the Omni Slash won't do a ton, but the mini stun cancels the TP.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to
force staff. Oh, he's in trouble now. Chase from Garter. Finger zaps him at range.
Alright. Omni Slash for the pesky windrunner. Still, yeah, it's still a good kill for Mikasa to get. And Mikasa finishing Skadi a while ago. Still looking in really good shape for... Oh, he's actually going to go for Diffusals right now.
Versus the Medusa. Manta Diffusal.
You can diffuse the Windrun. Yeah, so...
That's true. Mana burn's good this game. I mean, obviously against Sylar.
Doesn't burn that. Like, you don't have illusions though.
Well, he's going to get Manta next.
Yeah, when you have the Manta, then I would say the mana burn would come into huge play, but at the point now it's just for the Ghost Scepter. They have one Ghost Scepter on the Tusk. Yeah, that's about it. Only one Ghost Scepter.
CDEC continue to flex their muscles here. Leading, even though they're down a kill, they're leading a lot. 11k gold, 14k experience, needing this win desperately. 2 and 4 right now coming into the match. LGD's little brother is trying to give Big Brother a slap upside the head, and so far I'd say they're succeeding.
Yeah, Panda completes the Acceptor, which I'm not sure how much is going to be useful. I guess the Drunken Haze would be the one thing that, for me, that would be super good, since Sylar, no Manta inside, no BKB, no MKB, and he just got a Talisman of Evasion. So, the Drunken Haze is going to be really strong right now against the Medusa.
Diffusal Blade now completed as we see Q doing some very aggressive warding. Drops a ward over here and immediately TP's out on the tree line.
Yeah, and look at this. Medusa just got a Talisman of Evasion and throw finishes the MKB.
It's unbelievable how far maybe is. Generally, if you look at a Troll and a Medusa at this stage of the game, Winter, you do not expect the Troll to be this far ahead, let alone ahead at all.
They should be more or less.
The Midas Mask Command. Quite important this game.
Like you mentioned, because he went for the Ghost Scepter so that he can defend himself against the Troll, the Juggernaut. So he's not so mobile in the fights.
It's you know, the other thing for the Diffusal is obviously the Ghost Scepters. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, I said the Tusk.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you mentioned he had it, but we were just talking about diffusing a Windrun.
Yeah, that's important part of the Diffusal bit. But because the Tusk is always going to be the prime target, he needs to... the first target to take away, basically, if you want to win the fight, if you are CDEC.
They continue to just occupy LGD's jungle, and now for CDEC, looking towards the next rush, could be as little as 2 minutes. They just out farming them at every turn. Now picking up a blink on maybe, and with the blink dagger here, if he jumps anyone, he may just be able to solo kill them. I mean, Faith is like 3 shots.
Probably the Bristol
Even the Wind Ranger, you can easily kill her if you get a first hit bash.
He has MKB for the Wind Run.
Oh, that's true.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, you're just dead.
He's just gonna die straight up. And the Wind Runner is like the other thing that's crucial in the fights. He has been landing so many two-man shackles. And here comes
easy kill. Faith trapped out. The Observer Ward here that was planted earlier by that Invis Lich, making the difference.
Here comes in July.
Does he really want to leave the base right now? I'm not so sure about that. They still have Omni Slash. They're going to try to push in. Roll blinking forward instantly onto Silo. He goes to the Brew Split. Everybody engaging. In July will be KB. They Crimson Guard. They retreat. But Mikasa just hacks away at the tower instead. Brings it down to half almost instantly. As maybe lays in from low ground to high ground. Just sieging this tower. The Brewmaster being chipped away at, but he survives with his Wind Panda. He'll live to tell the tale of Cyclone that Bristle. And they take down the tower. No real risk.
And a free kill on the A. Medusa had DD there that fight. That was a really dangerous fight. That's why if they overextended. Butterfly completed on Medusa. He's going to need to make MKB right away. I mean, you see the X Scepter on the Brewmaster. You're just gonna need the MKB. Otherwise, he's just gonna throw the Drunken Haze on you all the time, and you're just basically not gonna do anything in the fight.
There's a smoke attempt here by LGD, and they're in a terrible spot. Mikasa's going to be the one who comes in first. He's got an Omni Slash, throws it out. Can all four heroes try to tank through it? MMY in danger, nearly finished off. He's fingered to death. They also lose Faith. Two supports down again. And with that, CDEC, it's time to barrel down mid. There's no buyback on AA. Dead for 40. I believe that's enough time to claim a melee Rex here. No glyph. There is a Stone Gaze, though, to stall. Maybe with that, they can hold them off.
Power shots as well to take out the wave though from super far distance.
Well, maybe he doesn't care about that. He just blinks up onto the high ground, into the Sigil even.
Here comes the Drunken Haze. Here comes the Drunken Haze. Onich.
Sylar really struggling to get anything done as Mikasa continues to slap chop away.
Look at
this guy's a siege engine.
Just look at the Medusa.
She's not doing a thing.
Medusa is not doing anything. Look at the
They have frost armor. She's missing. They all have high armor in general. The HP pools are huge. 2,300 on Mikasa, 2,000 on Brew. The supports are squishy, sure, but 2,700 on Troll.
Look at his gold. He's not gonna have an MKB for like. It's gonna take a while.
They're gonna take this next Rosh, and I think you just go for 2 Rex.
Either he goes for the MKB, and there's no evasion, so if he really wants to deal with the haze, then he goes for... But the problem with going for BKB is like, you're not gonna BKB when he just drops a haze on you. You're just not gonna do that if nothing is going on. So MKB would be the most reliable option, but he's just so far away from an MKB right now. There's gonna be a huge window of opportunity that the Blue Split is just gonna destroy the Medusa's damage in the fight.
LGD has just been constantly spamming Medusa in the most recent games, and it seems like CDEC may have figured it out.
I wouldn't say CDEC has figured it out. It's just more or less, I feel the itemization on the Medusa has to... He has to take into account that the Drunken Haze is destroying him right now.
Even if he has an MKB Winter, right now you trade the Butterfly for that, he's not going to be able to stop them.
The issue I had was he started out with a Talisman of Evasion, right? I mean, I mentioned that immediately the Troll gets an MKB, but he still proceeds to be finishing off the Butterfly.
Right, but like let's say instead he complete MKB now. He would not have stopped them from taking racks. There's no way. These heroes have frost armor.
Yeah,
they have like 40 armor, 2,800 health.
The issue was he would have dealt, like the Juggernaut wouldn't have stood in front of the racks and just stand and just chopping away, and he was doing nothing.
How are they gonna scare him off though? He still had Omni Slash.
Yeah, but you're doing no. He didn't have Omni Slash then. He just used it to pick off the 2 supports. Remember, and they pushed mid.
Oh yeah, that's when they were 3v5.
Yeah.
I don't think Deuce scares him away in a 3v5.
I think he would have at least dealt damage, like. Because he was doing nothing, they could just play so cocky.
I feel like the bigger issue is just that they've just completely outfarmed the Deuce. LGD pick Deuce, they pick an immobile 5-man draft, and you just starve them. Like, sure, Deuce's farm, but nobody else can do anything.
Yeah, and Wind Ranger, he's not going to build the blink that I was actually thinking might be necessary. He's going into the Hex right away to catch the enemy out. Like, this is the primary weakness of their draft, not having any catch.
They did try to 5-man, and you could see how strong they were, but CDEC, they knew it was coming, right? Like, they go for the early Midas, the double Mask Commandus, and I feel like that's just a very creative way to deal with this type of style from LGD.
And not to mention, I was questioning whether the axe would do a lot, but it certainly did its job. Like, the axe is very...
Yeah, the brew did nothing for the first 25 minutes.
He did, yeah. The first split was like, what, at 18, 19 minutes of the game?
CDEC needing this win. They're 2 and 4. They have Omni. They're going to blink it with maybe to start. They're trying to force out the Stone Gaze. And now a 2-hero Ice Blast the Shackle. That's a big one from Yao. And suddenly they uppercut Mikasa into there. They finish him off from full health to none. Q in danger. Is this the classic LGD bend but don't break defense? Perhaps it is. Another Shackle, another connection from Yao. Suddenly the tides have turned. Garter's maybe going down here. He goes Scepters. He chucks out an Impale. The finger comes out. He at least unloads what he can before blinking away to safety. But there's not much left to hold the line at this point. Deuce is stone gazing. The Brewmaster continue to retreat. And lurking on the sidelines is maybe. He still holds Aegis. He wants to go in and just assassinate Fate. That looks like he's going to charge directly into the entire enemy team. But doesn't get a whole lot done. They snowball, they uppercut, and he keeps on fighting. He's going to get the kill. 3 Impel from Gardo. What an initiation. Now the Brew coming back in with the clip. I can't believe they're trying to fight this 3v5, but by golly, they are. They've got 1 extra life. Maybe just going full balls to the wall offense into 4. Another 2-hero Impale by Garter, but the Shackle holds maybe in place. Is he really just bull rushing LGD? This troll can't be stopped. He's a god. He blinks forward again. He's going to kill off in July. Somebody put the brakes on the maybe destruction train. He's on to Yao now, diving it back to the tier 4s, and at long last,
oh my God,
mercy was had. The balls on this one, Winter.
Look at that. No MKB, you're not killing him. No MKB, you're not killing him.
Yeah.
It's just basically that.
Certainly in that situation. That was 3v5. And he just goes in.
Look at how badly they need the MKB right now. He's going to be there fairly soon, but they already lost a set of Rex.
Mikasa did nothing there. He just instantly dies to start the fight.
Yeah, the 2-man, he was he the guy in front or someone went?
He got, I think, shackled and then just tusk punched and he was dead because he had Mask of Madness on. Yeah. And Ice Blasted as well.
I was like thinking maybe someone like ran behind him and got shackled, but it was again, Yao delivered again, a 2-man shackle.
It's just not good enough.
It was just, yeah.
Okay, well they have the MKB, so let's see if this can turn the fights. I'm still not sure it's good enough. He's got 35 armor, almost 3,000 health.
He doesn't have life steal. Okay, it doesn't matter with the AA. So if he gets Ice Blast, it doesn't really matter. But the throw is still a super big driving force of the CDEC lineup at this point. And alright, the Brewmaster effect will be cutting some effectiveness from the MKB for Medusa, but the Brew can still...
You can still just Cyclone.
You can still, yeah.
Just kill everyone else.
I was gonna say, they can maybe change... He's been cycling the Bristleback in the last few fights, but after the Medusa gets the MKB, probably you want to change the target of Cyclone. You want to keep the Medusa out of fight all the time right now. Drop the Drunken Haste on the Bristleback and take the fight.
They do finally get the Ancient Emperor Snags. This could be big. This could be the item that helps them take these 2-hero shackles and converts them into kills.
I am not so sure though. Like the axe on the A, I mean it's a great axe upgrade, don't get me wrong, but they need more than that. They really need more than that. They need another MKB on this Bristleback.
Look at the damage on maybe with this DD rune. He's hitting for like 580 damage right now. He 2-shots the catapult.
Oh dear. That is definitely not a good sign at all. But in good news, LGD is only 1 Rex down, so it's still doable with the Medusa. It's still doable.
Also, just this is how LGD have won every game this tournament, I feel. Just fall behind, turtle, wait for their opponents to come to them and make a mistake.
Yeah, and at this point, Mamaya is already, his job is already done. He kept them in the game with all those fantastic snowball saves in the early game, but at his situation right now, 45 minutes in, not having a blink, you can feel he's so limited in the fights already because they know what they need to do. Take out the task first, and without a blink, he needs to stay really close to the fights, and he's always just getting targeted by the troll, getting targeted by the jug, and just going down very fast in the fights.
Next rush still a couple of minutes off here, so if they want to wait for it, it's about 3 to go. CDEC still a little more inventory room, particularly in the jug, who's only about halfway there. He's going for more mid-game type items. The Diffusal Blade, the Shadow Blade.
All the blades in the world.
All the blades. And he could replace this cheese as well. So they still have time to farm if they want. And the brew, there's your Abyssal.
He needs
your
the Abyssal blade later.
Yeah, maybe a Refresher Abyssal.
Yeah, that would be his ideal choice after the Abyssal. Get the Refresher.
The other big item is getting the Abyssal on Mikasa, I think.
Yeah, I think the Mikasa Abyssal would be a great... I was talking about the Abyssal Mikasa actually instead of the Troll.
Oh, okay. Oh, I meant the
Troll
brew.
you can't actually
No,
get...
the brew I meant. Not
the brew,
not the
okay.
troll,
Not
yeah.
the Troll, okay.
But maybe they get MKB on the jug.
The brew is really far away from it though, so I'm not sure if we can actually see that item coming before the game ends. CDEC is in prime control of the game at this point.
LGD have been here and done this before though. Keep the faith, says Sylar.
How many times have we seen, like, if you want to see a team come back from 20k, 30k goal deficit, LGD is the team.
And Medusa is the hero.
Yeah, they have everything right now to come back in this game. Medusa probably finishes up another item like Manta could be the item that he wants to finish up to help in the base defense, but it feels like if they want to win the game, there's only one choice. There's only one choice in this situation.
Rapier.
Yeah, Rapier is the only choice.
It is 48 minutes. He's not that close to a Rapier though. Sylar needs time to farm this. And time may be his enemy. CDEC, that next Roshan. Seems to be what they're going to wait for. They're getting some dewarding going. They'll clear out what vision. The pathetic attempts LGD have made to get it.
But LD, look at the slots. Who is actually going to get the Aegis? Are they going to give it? Like,
maybe the Brew.
Brew is like
Brew's
Brew Aegis. It's... Yeah, I'm not sure how much the Aegis on Brew would do. I mean, obviously it's nice to have the Aegis, but not having the slots on the Juggernaut, and because it's so far into the game right now, the Troll and the Juggernaut are not going to be able to be the ones that are going to be holding the Aegis. But they have buyback Boots of Travel, maybe. That's going to be the big thing in the next fight. They have Aegis on Brew, buyback BOT on the Troll, so you have 7 heroes to go through on CDEC.
And you only have 1 Stone Gaze. And without Stone Gaze, those heroes will run at you. And Sylar is not winning a 1v1 without a Stone Gaze.
Having the Rapier helps, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much damage he has though. With MKBs and Bash, he's gonna get chain bashed unless he has Stone Gaze, I feel, or unless they get the shackles off.
Well, that's the moment where Mama, I'm gonna be. You look at his face as Medusa, and dude, I'm gonna be counting on you.
It's it's funny because Medusa. Often you look at this hero late game, it's like you just click towards the enemy base and use Stone Gaze when they go on you, and that's about it. But
not this game.
I feel like it's actually CDEC who have the much easier to execute lineup. They just wait for Stone Gaze and then run at you when it's down. LGD have to be ready with the defensive snowball, hit some good shackle shots, and just kite CDEC as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, I talked about getting an Ethereal Blade on maybe one of their heroes, but at this point, it seems like it's highly, highly unlikely that they will be able to get an Ethereal Blade on anyone.
Well, LGD continue to hand back, and Sylar moves towards that Rapier territory. 4,200 gold.
Big brother in a very bad situation now.
Big brother LGD getting pummeled by little brother CDEC. And they're going to take the rush. Maybe we'll deal with this.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just 10 seconds. Rosh is out.
Yeah, so he's got the double damage chunk. Who now arrives. He's going to plop the cheese on the ground. They will give him the Aegis. And so they now redistribute the cheeses. MKB complete on Mikasa. Not sure what he drops here for that. Maybe the Shadow Blade. Maybe the Diffusal.
Did he? Yeah,
he never used the charge.
He never used any diffuser charges, so
it turns out to be a pretty useless pickup.
That's why I was feeling it wasn't like a big pickup for him, even though you mentioned like the mana. I didn't expect the management to be.
Yeah, it could do something in theory, but.
Yeah, but he's already way too farmed. Like you need the bigger blades, the Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, he's getting there, man. Don't worry. You gotta trust this Juggernaut.
Shadow Blade.
Oh, don't run up the hill, Mikasa. This is what LGD are hoping for. Actually, if he runs up the hill, I don't know what they... Maybe they can uppercut him. And now they go in. They start to rotate towards bottom lane, throwing up the Drunken Haze. And Mikasa in the front lines. He's got the Aegis, so they can leave him out here. Healing Ward kept back. And now the Blink from Aggressive. Immediately the split. Crimson Guard will be used to try and slow this onslaught. Mikasa not taking that much damage, though. The Frost Armor is really working well here, as is the Healing Ward. And the Dusa.
The Manta
unable to get much done.
The Manta from the Medusa actually killed all the splits from the Panda.
It does force them back for now. Still holding on to Stone Gaze. But they did a lot of damage to the tower. If they want, and they force out the Glyph. If they want, they can play it safe. But they don't want to play safe. They want to go in. Mikasa straight around from the backside, wrapping around. He's got an Omni Slash ready. Who's he going for here? Blake, clap. Manta now deployed. Stone Gaze used it. That's the moment when he strikes. Sweating through, slicing through, but not really doing too much damage. Where's the backup? Mikasa's got none. Now maybe he's going to come in. He does have Aegis. Snowball will be used. Sylar drop low, though. Fingered to death. He's going to have to buy back instantly, but he buys back with those Stone Gaze. They're just face rushing them, running them down one by one. In comes the Ice Blast. Doesn't matter. Maybe chunks through them all. And if he gets the Rage of Sylar, if he gets a bash, this could be Sylar's downfall. He slices through another, finally shattering. But to what avail? Sylar being mana drained. They bought back. They're chasing him to the well. Sylar gets no mercy here from Maybe. Chain bashing him. Tanking the fountain. GG. What a smackdown by CDEC. Big brother just got cast aside.
Throw Warlock. We see him did that twice in this game. Charging at the whole team and just annihilating everything in the hand.
Buyback, trace him into the fountain, tank the fountain, kill the Medusa from full HP to none. That was an impressive showing, I must say, Winter.
It gotta sucks being labeled by as the big brothers in this game.